Morning students, how are you? In today's class, we are going to introduce a new concept, not a new concept. We are going to revise our previous concept of class 7th, or we can say that in today's class we are going for the concept of exponent power, which is useful in class 7th as well as in class 8, or in class 8th as well as in class 7th. So before starting this chapter, before starting this concept, you all have learned that law of exponents with the powers as whole numbers. We have learned that exponents of we have learned that law of exponents with power as a whole. Now we also learn the power of exponents with we will learn that law of exponents with power as integer. So we have to learn two things. One is law of exponents with power as whole and law of exponents with power as integers. Power as whole numbers. This concept is related to class 7 and this concept is related to class 8. In class 7th we have learned the law of exponent with power, or in class 7th law of exponent chapter we have learned with powers as whole numbers, and in 8th class law of exponents with power as integers. And why we are learning this chapter? Why is the use of learning this chapter? What is the use of learning this chapter? When in senior classes you will learn about in physics, or where the long calculation, or where there's a large digit, so it is not possible to write the digits in that manner. In that case we use this concept law of exponents, and all we know that if I have to write 2 into 2 into 2, so I can write it as 2 raised to power 3, and how I will read it, it will be read as 2 raised to power 3, or we can read it as third power of 2, or cube of 2. How can we read it? We can read it as 2 raised to power 3, or we can read it as third power of 2, or we can read it as cube of 2. Similarly students, there are different alternatives. Still, when the power is 2, we read it as special name is given to them. If the power is 2, we read it as square, and if power is 3, we can read it as cube. But after that we have no special name for them. We can have to read that 2 raised to power 2 raised to power 4, 2 raised to power 4, or fourth power of 6, fourth power of 6. These all things we have learned, or we have discussed in class 7th, law of exponents as a whole numbers. Up now in this case, if we write 2 raised to power 3, or we write 6 raised to power 4, or we write 2 raised to power 4, or we write a raised to power n. In all cases, students, here 2 and a are called base. 2 and are called base. 3, 4 n are called exponents, called exponent or index or index number or power. Here 2 and a are called base, 3, 4 and n are called exponents or index number or power. And when we write it as 2 raised to power 3, 2 raised to power 4, a raised to power n, it is called exponential or index form. This is called exponential or index form. In previous class, we have learned the some law of exponents. In previous class, in 7th class, we have learned the law of exponents, where a and b non-zero integers and m and n are whole numbers. Students, in class 8, in class 7th, we have learned the law of exponents, where a and b be the non-zero integers. They are integers but non-zero, not zero. And m and n are whole numbers. First, here it is known as the first law or law of addition. This is called first law or the law of addition, which state that a raised to power n into a raised to power n is equal to a m plus n. This is called law of addition. This is called law of addition. This is called law of addition. A raised to power b into a raised to power n is equal to a m plus n. Now, this is our second law. The law of subtraction. A raised to power m divided by a raised to power n is equal to a m minus n. When the base are same, power is subtracted. This is called second law. The third law, students, just before rubbing that portion, I want to explain this whole concept. In this, we already learned in class 7 law of exponent with power as whole numbers. जहाँ पर law of exponents हम पढ़ते हैं पावर एज अ होल नंबर्स। फिर हम पढ़ते हैं लॉ ऑफ एक्सपोनेंट विद पावर एज इंटीजर्स। अब हम जब 8 में पढ़ेंगे तो इसे क्या पढ़ेंगे, पावर एज इंटीजर्स। later stages in 7th class we have learned that it is read as 2 raised to power 3, or it is read as third power of 2, or it is read as cube of 2. The special name is given to when power is 2, that is called square. Special is given to 3 when the power is 3, that is called cube. And 4, 2 raised to power 4, or it is called fourth power of 6, or here in this case a to a are called base, and 3, 4 and are called exponent or index. They are called exponent or index number or power. Now in class 7th we have learned about the law of exponents. In class 7th we have learned about the law of exponents. What we have learned we have learned different laws: first law, second law, third law, and fourth law, and fifth law. All the first is called law of addition, where base are same and multiplication sign, then powers are added. When in the case of subtraction, power are subtracted. In the case of division, power are also subtracted. Case of division law, third law, that is called law of division, that is am divided by an is equal to am minus n. am minus n, where n is greater than n. This is called law of division or third law. Next one is fourth law. In this we will learn about the law of fourth law, which is known as the law of involution. This is called law of involution, where a raised to power m over power n is equal to amn. And the next law is fifth law, which is known as the law of zero exponents. So here a raised to power 0 is equal to 1. In all cases we have learned that when the power is whole number. But what happened when the power is odd? When power is not odd, when the power is negative, what will we do? Now we will learn this concept in your further classes, and we cannot find the value of exponential. We cannot find the value of a raised to power n unless we know the numerical values. We know non-numerical numbers or numerical numbers, the literal numbers a and n. We cannot find the numerical values. हम a raised to power n, we cannot find it exponential value. कब तक नहीं निकाल सकते? जब तक हमें literal numbers इसके नहीं पता. Students, this is the concept related to class 7th only. Nothing is done for the class 8th. It is just a revision. Thank you, students.